honestly a mess. And I think the reason why is because the more that you unravel and reject Christianity, which is what built the West, the more you're going to get this pagan crap shoved in your face. Sorry, I am a Christian. This did offend me. It also offended a lot of people who just want to watch the Olympics because it unites people around the world on a common interest of the enjoyment of sport.
If you don't think symbolism is real, look at what just took place during the opening ceremonies for the Olympics. Here we saw a hidden cloaked figure riding on a horse. Behind him, what would seem totally abnormal is a pair of wings. What do we know about Lucifer and his fall? Well, he was a fallen angel, and 1/3 of the angels rebelled and fell with him. Revelation 6 mentions the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. One references to a white horse as well as a pale horse. So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him. In Revelation 6, we're told of the beast that rides the white horse. In Revelation 13:3, it tells us, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. And what do we see here? That same cloaked figure riding a white horse. What's behind him? All the nations of the world following after him. This stuff isn't a coincidence. The imagery suggests that it's pointing exactly to the beast or the Antichrist of the book of Revelation.
God has spoken. We all saw what happened at the Olympics, the giant mockery of God. Massive power outages in Paris right now. The Olympics are in Paris. That ceremony was in Paris, and now Paris is blacked out. God cannot be mocked. Do not mess with God. If you still don't believe in God, wake up, man. Wake up. Jesus is king.
Are y'all seeing the same things that I'm seeing right now? This is so suspect. Why are people just falling out? Look at this. They're doing what looks like the destruction dance, and people are just falling out. So much to break down in such a short time. But we got it. Let's get it. And perhaps behold a pale horse. I don't think this is the white horse. I think this is a pale horse, or the 4th horse, that unalive follows. Quarter population. No, but for real, y'all owe us an answer on this one. Why are people just falling out? Again, then we had the pale horse. What is this? I really cracked open the Olympics earlier, but by some weird force, people weren't able to see it. I'm not sure, so if you see it, let me know. Now, what's going on here? What's this thing? Going up to the statue. Whoa, the Statue of Liberty is beat up. What is going on? Y'all, the way they just throw this stuff in our face, man, because they know most people just look right past it. For instance, a satellite being right there, huh? Come on, y'all. Check out my last post on this for a very deep dive. No clue why nobody saw it, who knows?
We all know what happened in Paris with the Olympics. Here's just a reminder. Not too long after, all of the power went out in Paris, except for this one building. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but I was curious what this building was. It took about 40 years for them to build this building, and they ended up finishing it in 1914. It started in like 1871, right after the Franco-Prussian War. Catholics built this, and they dedicated it to the Sacred Heart of Christ. So let's put that all together. The Olympics in Paris mocks Christ, and then a couple days later, all the power in Paris goes out. And the only thing left standing with power was a building that was dedicated to Christ. I don't know what could be more blatantly obvious at this point.
Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think that Thomas Joly really tried to really intend to celebrate community tolerance. That was his word yesterday. And looking at the result of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are, of course, really, really sorry.
Listen to me.
I'm not a cow, bitch. Vote. Open. Listen, I'm gonna make you sweat, make you drench, make you wet, wet, wet. I'm gonna make you scared, little baby, pissing in your vessel pressure.
Vault unlocked.
Hello, what is up, you dazzling diamonds and the others? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda Kyle, and this is The Vault. Anyway, you guys, let's jump straight into this video. Alrighty then, you guys. If you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on the thank you button. And before you guys leave out of here, please do drop me a comment in the comment section down below, right? In today's video, you guys, we are going to be talking about the satanic opening of the Olympic Games, the 2024 Olympic Games. What a mockery. What a disaster that was. A lot of things happened at the Olympic opening. Oh my word. First of all, they depicted the Last Supper, which is blasphemous. And the chubby lady that was in the middle, that I guess was portraying herself as Jesus, then went to say that, no, we were actually not depicting the Last Supper. We were depicting the Last Supper of the gods. And I'm just thinking to myself, my lady, you can't divert the situation in any way. Like, people know. We know what we saw. This is exactly what you were doing, right? Not only did they depict the Last Supper, they also had the pale horse running through. We all know, if you have read the book of Revelations in the Bible, where it speaks about all the different horses and the horsemen.
If you don't think symbolism is real, look at what just took place during the opening ceremonies for the Olympics. Here we saw a hidden cloaked figure riding on a horse. Behind him, what would seem totally abnormal is a pair of wings. What do we know about Lucifer and his fall? Well, he was a fallen angel, and 1/3 of the angels rebelled and fell with him. Revelation 6 mentions the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. One references to a white horse as well as a pale horse. So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him.
In the last days. So many other musicians have been depicting this as well. It's not a coincidence that everybody is doing the same thing. I once asked you guys if these people are saying that it is not satanic or blasphemous what they are doing, it must mean that the creatives don't have any kind of creativity if they're all going to bite the same steez type of situation. They knew exactly what they were doing, right? But then it gets crazier. After they do their whole opening, guess what happens? There's a whole blackout in France, Paris. And the only place that was actually lit, or that remained lit, was one church, one monumental church.
God has spoken. We all saw what happened at the Olympics, the giant mockery of God. Massive power outages in Paris right now. The Olympics are in Paris. That ceremony was in Paris, and now Paris is blacked out. God cannot be mocked. Do not mess with God. If you still don't believe in God, wake up, man. Wake.
So even if they can come out to say, we were trying to do this, but this is what people thought, God doesn't lie. Why is it that the blackout happened everywhere except for that one church? Because God doesn't lie. He will let it be known that He's here. He's always been here, and God will not be mocked. It is very offensive, and it's disgusting, and it's quite annoying for these people to time and time again at their concerts or all these big, really big events to always be mocking Christians or Christianity. They're always mocking Jesus. They're always mocking God. You don't see this happening with the Muslims because they know if they do that to the Muslims, they'll be cooked under the ground type of situation. But because Christian people are so forgiving and loving, and I do know that there are some Christian people that are not that way or that are faking it, but the majority of us are like that. No matter if you want to say, oh, some of you guys come out on the internet and you're so rough and so, Do you blame us? Do you blame us for telling the truth the way that it is and the way that it should be? Because a lot of people seem to think that God is just so soft and fluffy. As much as he is a God of forgiveness, he is also a God of wrath. Wouldn't you get tired if somebody is time or people are time and time again making a mockery of you? Why is it that you think that it is okay for you to get upset or be touched by something like that if people are doing it to you or you being bullied? It's bullying. If you're being bullied, but God must just forgive everything. Yes, God will forgive you, but he's still a God of wrath. It's annoying. I told you guys, the job that God has, we will never understand. You will never understand what it is or what it feels like to be everywhere at once all the time, where you are trying to draw these people closer to you to save their lives, and yet they time and time again are disobedient. Mothers, how does it feel when your kids do that? Do you understand what I mean? We can never put it together on the same scale or level, but just as an example, you can only imagine because you will actually never know. Didn't this same thing or similar situation happen in the other country? I forgot, but I did a video about it. It was in Brazil. And then they had the floods right after. They were mocking God, making it a joke. They do it again at the Olympics. It was lights out. And if you carry on to do that, because that's a warning. The same thing happened in Brazil where there was like an outage or what's this? Lightning struck somewhere. Go back into my videos. I did a video about it. You cannot tell me that that is not God saying, okay, now, child, be warned. It's a warning. It's not a coincidence. You cannot mock God. You are silly. You are so silly to do something like this. And then they're coming out to say, or even people from France. Is it wait. Paris is Paris the country, and then France is the capital. Oh, I forget. But either way, people are coming out to say that, oh wow, it was a beautiful thing. We enjoyed the inclusivity. I've spoken about inclusivity. Yeah, nonsense. It's inclusivity and nonsense. Because everybody is so afraid of the LGBT community, or is it an LGBT community gang? Is it that? Because why is everybody so afraid of them? Because as soon as you speak out about what you actually believe, then they say that you're bad. When are you judging? But we feel judged now. We feel mocked as Christians. And it's being done by who? The LGBTQIA plus community. Do you understand how unfair that is? It doesn't balance the scales. It will never balance the scales. Why one group has to be celebrated, this prideful group that has a pride month, at some point it's going to be a pride year. And then we cannot say anything because, oh, we are such loving Christians, we have to forgive. And everybody, they take us for a one. They take us for idiots because they condemn us if we don't forgive and forget immediately. But it is offensive. We have our beliefs, you have your beliefs. Whether or not, because at this point, nobody is respecting anyone's beliefs. Nobody is. You believe in what you believe in, and what you believe in, it doesn't actually make sense when you say respect everybody's beliefs. At that point, in a way, I guess, you are turning against your beliefs. There came a point when I was making my videos and I said, I'm done with this inclusivity stuff, or, oh, okay, I understand LGBT. No, I know. That does not align with my core beliefs. It does not. This I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to do that. I want to be honest. I can accept you as a human being and hope that you will find your way to God. But I don't think that the path that you have taken is the right path. And I've said this many times before. Because if there are so many people that can detransition or change from being gays, lesbians, and so on, it only takes one person to convince me that that is the wrong path. But Nakhon, I didn't need you to convince me. God did. God did. He said his word and that's it. Ayijiki lento. And mina ngeke ngimjikele uNkulunkulu. Not a single day in my life. I will never. There will come a time where they're going to us. We read in the Bible. We know this already. If we don't survive that situation, we'll be out of here because we will not take a knee, take the mark, do those things. We won't. Some of us will not. Never. It will never happen. Eternity is too long. In my mind, it's too long for me. Do you understand what I mean? So after the whole debacle and people were outraged about this whole situation, the organizers were saying that, okay, now the organizers have come out to apologize. They did the thing on Friday, they apologized on Sunday. And now they have removed that video or videos. But of course, the internet never forgets. We still have them. As soon as we saw that shit, we downloaded it. We were like, this ain't going down. This ain't going down. We want to talk about it. Right? They have apologized now. The apology cannot really be accepted. I don't even think, I was trying to think about this, like, is God going to forgive them? And I thought to myself, no, I don't think so. Because let's not forget, in these kind of big events like this on a global scale, there are dress rehearsals, there are mic checks before the event, even hours before they knew exactly what they were doing. You cannot say that we were not trying to offend anyone. You were. You thought it was going to be funny and cool. You thought that you were going to be inclusive. I told you about this inclusivity nonsense. It's going to be at your detriment. You're going to go down for trying to be inclusive. You are pleasing the masses, but you are not pleasing your Lord and Savior. That is so weird to me. The creator that is, was, and always will be, the creator of all things. You don't want to please him, but you want to please the LGBTQIA plus community, because what did they do? What did they do? They think that they are alchemists. If anybody out there does understand the definition of alchemy, it is mixing two things that generally wouldn't be mixed and making it one. The ultimate alchemist. If you look at the Baphomet statue, it has the dongalongalong and the tingalingaling, male and female. That's what it means to alchemize. Maybe one day I'll get deeper into it, like the definition and the history of it. But it's a very dangerous thing. You need to stop that thing that you're doing. You need to stop that thing that you are doing. And I can sit here and say that God doesn't need to be defended. He's God. But I'm going to say something about it because I also feel offended. You will never see us doing these things to Muslim people, Jews, all these people. We just sit quietly in our corners. We speak about our Lord and Savior. But some of you guys out there, you're just free. You're free to disrespect the Lord, our Lord. That picture of the Last Supper had all these transgender people with beards, marikibasadi. So confusing. And God is not a God of confusion. And then you had that little blue man in the center. They didn't have food on the table. The food was the little blue man. Some people are saying that it was a Smurf. I don't know if those people were thinking that they were being funny, but there was multiple videos that I saw of people saying that that little blue man was a Smurf. What came to mind was Shiva. This God of some of you guys. And I don't mean any disrespect to your beliefs, but that's what came to my mind. Because why is there a little blue man there on the table, in the center, as the food? Do you understand? They are glorifying that God. Do you see that deity? Do you see what they are doing? Do you see what they are doing? The Olympics, growing up, I knew it as a family thing. We used to watch the Olympics. Most of us didn't even know the people that were participating. But when you were watching the Olympics as a family, you started to get to know these people, enjoy the sport, wada. Now, I'm not going to let my kids watch that stuff, especially with that kind of opening. No ways. You're not going to indoctrinate my kids. It's not fun anymore. It's not a challenge, an exciting game. Kitty game. No, it's dangerous now. It's just like those guys. I've done maybe 2 or 3 videos about those ones. We'll convert your children. And then they say, this is our agenda. Then they say, when they get caught out or called out, that no, it was just a song, it was just a parody. You're lying. You want to convert the children. And that's exactly what is happening. And that's exactly why people are detransitioning and changing their lives. That's the truth. Let the truth be the truth and let it be said out loud. Let it be said out loud. You can't do this anymore. You have to stop what you're doing. You have to stop what you're doing, you people. You know yourselves. How can they always be doing demonic concerts, demonic international game thingies? Why is it always like that? Why is it that if you want to incorporate God or Jesus into your games and stuff, why can't you glorify him then? Why must you mock him? He's not a joke. He's not a joke, you guys. It's so upsetting. Sure. And then now, after they apologized on Sunday for doing the thing on Friday, some advertisers want to pull out. The biggest advertiser wants to pull out or has pulled out actually. That's why they're apologizing, because now they're going to lose money. That's the only thing they are ever concerned about is money. Now that the biggest advertiser in these games, the Olympic Games, Hunger Games, get your Hunger Games. Let's just be honest. Did you guys watch the Hunger Games series? What's happening in the world is the same freaking thing. People are dying. There's wars. These people are getting dressed up. You can need it. It's the truth. Duh. You want to apologize now because your biggest money supplier, advertiser is pulling out. That's the only reason. They didn't care about people being outraged. They knew exactly what they were doing. They had auditions, they had rehearsals for a long time. Then you know what they were doing. Now you want to apologize because you're gonna lose money from your biggest advertiser. It's not gonna change. We saw it. You can delete it. We saw it. The internet never forgets. Type of situation. What do you mean? You shouldn't have done that. And now God is the blackout. God is watching you guys. Because if there's any other satanic stuff that you had, or blasphemous stuff that you had planned for those games, all I'm saying is you better check the weather. You better check the weather. It's not time to play funny games here. Nobody's laughing. Life is serious. God is serious. God doesn't just forgive. I'm going to just forgive everybody because everybody thinks I'm forgiving. He's forgiving, but he's also a God of wrath. And you will feel his wrath. He's given you a warning. He's given you a chance. And he can see your hearts. He can see your hearts. You forget. How the hell do you think you got here, Kanti? How? Ooh. No. Wow. God bless you all in this time. And you know what? Your best bet in this life is to draw closer to God and stop your nonsense. You know, some of you think that you are doing things and nobody can see you. Get away with it. Even you that stole a lollipop or something like that. But there is somebody that sees you. God sees you. I always tell my kids that you can lie to me or you can do shady things behind my back. I didn't see you. And even if I know in my gut, you did this thing, it's naughty thing. It doesn't matter whether my mind is going to battle with me and say, yes, they did. No, they didn't. God knows. How do you feel about that? Shouldn't that be the most important thing? Or the one thing that gives you that conviction to be on the straight and narrow? Because God can see. Everybody else can just go play in the dust. But God can see. Because when the day comes, it's going to be you and God, our Father, our Creator. You're going to have to answer for yourself. And you can't say to God, oh, but God, I didn't really know. No, you knew. You knew. My people perish because of a lack of knowledge. If he said it, that means that you must get the knowledge and understand his word. So what are you doing? What are you doing? That is weird to me. Right? I'm not watching the Olympics this year. And there's always drama with the Olympics. There's R wording. There's a lot of funny things going on there. I'm not watching at all. I don't know about you guys. Good luck. But yeah. If something else does come up, trust and believe. All I'm saying is check the weather. God is speaking loud. Loud. Very loud. Be careful. Because God will not be mocked. And we're not going to stand for that nonsense type of situation. Right? Anyway, if you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on that thank you button. Don't forget to drop me a comment on your way out of here. Right? I absolutely love you guys, and please do take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.